Welcome to VAR India News Hour. The BFSI landscape is transforming dramatically. Banking and financial institutions, that is BFSIs, have been at the forefront of digital transformation initiatives with data at the epicenter of banking innovation in an attempt to fuel performance and improve customer experiences. Competition from a variety of segments including fintech startups, alternate credit companies, retail giants and internet behemoths complemented by globalization are accelerating digitization at banks. India's banking, financial services and insurance industry has been ahead of the curve in recognizing this shift and bridging the critical gaps with transitions that not only boost system resilience but also provide a general ability to innovate at scale and speed. The new financial architecture created by digital assets will have profound consequences for banks by revolutionizing how money is created, transferred, stored and owned. This BFSI landscape is transforming dramatically. Aggressive competition from new age fintech startups, growing digital adoption amongst BFSI customers and the post-pandemic rush to re-establish customer value proposition are driving this evolution. Digital banking surged with 68% of Indian consumers using online or mobile banking to conduct financial transactions. 48% of respondents expect to use contactless payments instead of cash or cards in the post-COVID world. The new normal is forcing BFSIs to implement digitization beyond the customer-facing layer and develop an integrated architecture encompassing all aspects of banking. Customers are looking for ways to transact while prioritizing their health and safety. Banks need to leverage technology, artificial intelligence, machine learning, data, and human resources to innovate and digitize the delivery of products and services, providing seamless, contactless experiences. Secondly, BFSIs embrace large-scale technology upgradation and digitization in an attempt to limp back to normalcy. IoT, along with 5G and the cloud, is transforming the way banks are operating post-COVID. Seamless customer experiences and transactions while ensuring employee safety and maintaining productivity, renewing operating models to support customers, leveraging technology to minimize operational disruption to processes and mitigating risk will be the key. Banks are buying out legacy assets and shared services carve-outs and entering into long-term integrated technologies and managed services support engagements that will further their digital transformation strategy. Going forward, IoT is bringing the banking world closer than ever before, offering clients a completely connected and integrated experience by servicing all their financial needs across devices, including tablets and mobiles. Enabling digitized transactions and pay from anywhere models, every IoT-enabled device has the ability to become a point of sale device. Let's look into today's headlines in VAR India. Samir Wankade returns to DRI after his NCB term ends. Indian Revenue Service Officer Samir Wankade, who held the post of the Zonal Director at the Narcotic Control Bureau for Mumbai, will be reporting to the Directorate of Revenue Intelligence Headquarters in Delhi after his tenure from NCB ends. Wankade was loaned to the NCB last year after the Central Drugs Investigation Agency registered a case in connection with the suicide of actor Sushant Singh Rajput and received a 3-month extension later. Under Wankade, NCB Mumbai registered 117 cases and arrested 234 persons including 38 foreign nationals. This also included the cruise drug case in which Aryan Khan was arrested. Samsung introduces new micro LED TVs in smaller sizes. South Korean tech giant Samsung revealed its new 2022 model micro LED TVs, some of which are smaller in size than previous recurrences. The company said the technology will come in 110-inch, 101-inch and 89-inch TV sizes. The micro LED comes with customizable features, the Art Mode, Multi-View, Dolby Atmos. The micro LED also expresses 100% of the DCI and Adobe RGB color spectrum. Alka Mittal becomes the first woman CMD of ONGC. Energy major ONGC's Director HR Alka Mittal has become the first woman to head the company. Mittal is the senior-most director of ONGC and has been given the additional charge of Chairman and Managing Director of the company. Before joining the Director, HR Mittal held the charge of Chief Skill Development of the company. where she organized the activities and brought consistency in the working of the skill development centers of ONGC. Mubadala to sell its stake in CoreLogix. Abu Dhabi-based Mubadala Investment Company is selling its stake in US data center provider CoreLogix as fellow investor Stonepeak Infrastructure Partners announced the recapitalization of CoreLogix, the largest private interconnection and hyperscale edge platform in North America. CoreLogix has invested approximately $1 billion of gradual capital in building out the company's footprint through various organic and inorganic initiatives. Piyush Goyal says Omicron will be a short-term disruption for businesses. Union Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal said that the Omicron variant of COVID-19 will be a short-term disruption on businesses. Goyal said Omicron will be a short-term disruption for businesses, but supply chains and industrial activities will continue at full speed. He also announced that India achieved its highest ever monthly exports worth $37 billion last year, a year-on-year increase of 37%. That's all for now. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News Magazine. You can download the War India app from Google Play Store and Apple App Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.